Hello everyone and welcome to another high elo game of Age of Empires today. After going on a heater and rolling a bunch of Yo 11s, it's only appropriate that we sit down and watch Mr. Yo playing as the Dravidians in red get ready to take on Hera playing as the Berbers in blue. Now all the players heard their herdables explore their immediate surroundings and try to go up to Feudal ASAP. Let's take a look at the Civ matchup we'll be watching today. The Dravidians, a civ that likes to focus on their infantry. To start with, all barracks technologies come in at half price, and all Dravidian infantry can be upgraded to ignore enemy armor, essentially turning each and every Dravidian infantry unit into a Lithuanian Latus. Now this is great news because the unique unit of the Dravidian is the Urumi Swordsman, a medium infantry unit that gets a massive attack boost every 24 or 20 seconds, depending on whether you have the base model or the elite. Now, unlike other units in the game with a similar charge attack, I'm looking at you, Roman Infantry, I'm looking at you, Burgundian Custilier, the Urumi Swordsman charge attack actually does trample damage. Now, to support its infantry on the field of battle, all Dravidian siege units cost less wood. Their cavalry also benefits from that upgrade I just mentioned, where their attack ignores armor, although remember, the Dravidian cavalry line is known as being the worst, if not one of the worst. Is it actually known as the worst? I remember once reading on Reddit, people were not very happy with the Dravidian cavalry line, so caution if you want to go that route. Their skirmishers and elephant archers do attack 25% faster, and those very same elephants can be upgraded to regenerate HP. Now, economically, to support its infantry, or rather its military, which hopefully consists of some pretty cool infantry units, Dravidian fishermen do carry extra seafood, and let's see if that's going to play. Oh, okay, maybe. Once on Arabia, we'll see the Dravidian fisherman feature or bonus kick into action, and every time they go up in age, they automatically get 200 wood for free, which helps in the early stages of the game when villager allocation and resource management is actually incredibly important. So we'll keep an eye on the top left of our screen. You guys know how much I love to watch bonuses happen in real time or Civ features happen in real time. Once Mr. Yo clicks up to Feudal, I hope I remember to look up at the screen, rather the top right corner, top left corner of the screen. Now across the desert sands? Desert grass. We have the Berbers, a civ that pushes its players, unlike the Dravidians and their infantry, into the arms of cavalry. All stable units are 15% cheaper in Castle, 20% cheaper in Imperial, which makes their Hussars super duper trash units. Their camel units can also be upgraded to regenerate health, and their castles can be upgraded to work faster, which strongly benefits their first unique unit, the Camel Archer. This is a mounted unit with good HP, great speed, and a nice attack bonus against cavalry archers. Now, starting in Castle Age, the Berbers can also train a second unique unit. This is one of my favorite trash units. So let's call it, if we can call it a trash unit, the Genitor. Think of this as a mounted skirmisher that comes with a lot more HP, but less range, and does cost a bit more food because, hey, you have to train and grow and feed the horse as well. Now, to help you get your economy up and running as fast as possible, Berber villagers do move 5% faster in Dark Age and 10% faster after that. Take a look. I'm going to click on the villager. His movement speed should be 0.84 compared to the 0.8 of our Dravidian, who in typical Mr. Yo fashion, at the 6-minute mark, he hasn't even clicked up to Feudal. He's already sending 4 villagers across the map. But look at Hera. If you've watched my games, if you've seen my casts, you know I think Hera is the best early game scouter on the map, which is because of his incredibly strong technical skills in the game. I'm talking about micro. But look at this. He sees it all, and Mr. Yo sees that he sees that he sees that he sees. And so we'll see exactly what Mr. Yo decides to do here, okay? Backs off and builds a house. Remember, the Dravidians able to put on a good amount of early game pressure because they do, in a minute and 18 seconds, get extra wood when they go up in age. So while he's building his barracks here, a few comments about this Civ matchup. I mean, these two players need no introduction. I mean, that's basically all I'm going to say about that. But the two civs, interestingly, you've got two civs that come with 2 regeneration features, right? The Dravidians with their elephants, the Berbers with their camels. And the Dravidians have the fastest firing elephant archer in the game. I love elephant units in this game, if you haven't noticed. Those big, adorable, wrinkly butts. And I'm going to remind myself, hey, Isaac, stop talking about elephant ass. And take a look at the top left of our screen. 174 becomes... oh, 384 from 184. But the camel archer comes with a +4 or +6 in its elite version attack bonus against elephant archers, which technically do have cavalry archer armor classification. Now, to make matters even worse, if our Dravidian does want to go elephant archer, now remember, when I talk about all this stuff, this kind of off the cuff discussion of the civilizations, remember that likely because I'm talking about elephant archers, we're probably not going to actually get to see any elephant archers, but I believe they do come with negative cavalry archer armor already, which makes them particularly bad, let's say, against the Berbers. That being said, though, elephant archer be damned, it is a watchtower by these 4 villagers. I mean, Hera must have known. Hera must have expected this. I'm surprised he doesn't have villagers on his T-shaped stone patch already. And let's take a quick look at where Hera's resources are and whether this tower is laming anything. Okay, it's laming a bit of a secondary gold pile. His primary gold is nice and secure in the back here, but already, again, has a tower up of his own, has created a bit of a wall off here, so that if Mysterio wants to engage, he's going to have to go through some town center fire. Army supply, Mysterio 6 to 5, villager count identical. And we've got ourselves a bit of a skirmisher war here. I believe I would prefer to have Dravidian skirmishers, right? With a fire a little bit faster. Take a look at that. 2.4 compared to the usual 3 of his opponent. I want to peel away. I want to take a look. First kill of the game goes to Mr. Yo and his tower. Hera no longer has scouting, but does he care? I would say so. I mean, he's seen the villagers coming from this location, but whether or not he's seen the base, I don't know. In any event, let's take a look. His primary gold off a bit to the side. Primary stone also in a T-shape. This map sponsored by Tesla in the back as well. So on the whole, both players, not terrible spawning locations. Good amount of forward forests here for our Dravidian. Hera a bit more open in the front, but a few flanking forests to the side. And more to the, what do we want to call this? The northwest. Mr. Yo here with his construction projects. We know he loves to build big wall-offs. Right now, these 4 villagers, technically Hera is ahead in the economy, even though they have the same villager count, because Mr. Yo is pulling 4 villagers, means that Hera's got 29 to 25 actual active mining slash jacking slash picking villagers. But a second tower. Mysterio has lost his original tower. Archery range maybe needs to move the waypoint so that these guys don't go through Hera's town center fire. Oh my god, tower fire. But a second tower is up. He's got 5 villagers on stone. He's got enough stone for another tower. And there it goes, plop down. I love this because Hera can reach his tower if he wants to delete these houses. If he does, he's not going to be supply blocked by any stretch of the imagination, but who the hell wants to delete their own houses? And look at Mr. Yo poking in here. Has nullified the forward 3 farms. So good job here by Mr. Yo so far to derail slightly his opponent's economy. Nothing really game ending yet. So we've got no upgrades for his skirmishers, a +1 attack and range for these Berber skirmishers. So they are technically better, but quantity-wise, 10 to 7. I don't know that +1 attack and range really will matter that much. They both get bonuses against each other. They both have 3 pierce armor. Hera just pivots south. I'm curious as to why Mr. Yo chose this location for the tower. Did he just feel rushed? Did he realize that Hera's scout had seen exactly what he's doing and immediately just wanted to put up a tower once he had the wood from going up to the next stage? I don't know. Hera has no gold. Mr. Yo, 50 gold. Hera, 5 villagers on stone. Mr. Yo, 5 villagers on stone. I bet he wishes he had 50 villagers on stone. Another tower. It's got stone for another, not wood, though. So we'll see. Okay, so he's building towers. Doesn't seem like he actually gives a flying whatever as to whether or not they go down or not. He's not really defending them. Counter tower going up again from Hera, who has completed this wall off with a rainforest tree on top of a few Monet lily pads as part of his wall off here. Looks like to the south of the map, Mysterio is also trying to create a wall, but he needs wood for these towers, which means there's less wood for his wall off. And somehow our Dravidian has kept abreast of his opponent in terms of villager count. 38, or rather 38 to 38. Another tower? What is the point of this one? Just to tickle away at this? I guess that's not, you know what? Doesn't really lame the lumberjacking just yet, because there's still a few shrubs of jungle here. Should we say coils of jungle here? I went to the south where his skirmishers are moving, though. What do we have now? We've got 8 against 14. And Mysterio's caught up in upgrades, too. But he's on the low ground. Needs to be careful here. No point in taking a few shitty shots. 2 for 2, 3 for 2, 4 for 2. 5 for 2. Fantastic trades here by Mysterio, who takes the kill lead 7 to 3. But again, loses a tower. He's got so much stone. What is the game plan over here for Mysterio? Is it to just build and annoy? He's up 2 villagers now. At this point, this Feudal Age death ball of 12 skirmishers, 3 more somewhere on the map about to pop out, could potentially be very ruinous here for our Berber, although I would have loved to mix in a few archers into this composition as well. So we got a tower, continues to lame the farm, and Hera has to be careful. Hera has to be very careful. Once these farms were depleted, his villagers automatically went to these 3, which are seeded but not being tilled. And because of that, he automatically lost the villager. Oh, he has to be so careful here. Man, that is an annoying thing to have happen. It has happened to all of us. Here we go. These skirmishers just so slow, though, at killing villagers. It takes 15 of them. How many shots? 1, 2, oh, no, he gets into the tower. But Hera retorts. We've got 2 scout cavalry, 2 spearmen waddling their butts north to meet them. 3 scouts now. Bet he wishes he was the Magyars instead of the Berbers. Or I guess, maybe if he wants to be Berbers, I bet he wishes he was in Castle Age. I'll remember all of their stable units are 15% cheaper in Castle Age. And now he's moving forward. Is there a palisade here? Yes, there is. Look at Mr. Yo with his undertakings of construction here. Okay, I thought maybe there was an opening here, but no, the houses are adjacent. And he remains a thorn in the side of our Berber base here. Look at Hera's base. I mean, he is taking whatever square inch of land he can, whatever square foot. This is like a Manhattan apartment. Every little piece of floor is being used for something. It is small, it is condensed. It might cost $4,500 a month for what, 300 square feet, or for the European viewers, 30 square meters or so. But so far it's working for him. Villagers are exiting. Mysterio sees it. Oh, he did see it a second ago, right up until the tower disappeared. Did he notice that there's an exodus of 7 villagers? And Hera, where is his secondary stone? Because his primary stone has now been rendered unmineable. Is it this? So far forward. Hera needs to focus on his cavalry and archer units right now, not on towers, because he does not have that much stone. If he wants to hit Castle Age and hit the ground running, I mean, that's a pipe dream at this point. He's got 700 food short. Look at Mr. Yo's resources behind all this. Man, oh man, is this a lesson of how to put on amazing amounts of aggression while maintaining your base and your economy at home. But look at this. Production is slowing down right as he clicks up to castle. Why did you stop, archers? Why did you stop? What, are you admiring the scenery? Go help your friends out. Idiots. Were they waiting for the spearman to come? I don't even think the spearman was that necessary. Let's take a look. Somehow he pivots all the way to the back of Hera's base here, nullifies his stone yet again, at least maybe temporarily. And Hera spends the last of his effective stone into getting this tower up. And wow, what an absolute crazy amount of aggression here from our Dravidian, who is a minute away from castle. And take a look at Hera buying food, selling wood, doing whatever he can to balance his economy so that he can click up to Castle Age, only a minute and 30 seconds behind his opponent. We'll see what Mysterio does with this minute and a half advantage. I love this by Hera, knowing that time is being crunched here for him. He needs to be as efficient as possible. Wood count be damned. A second mining camp so he can double team this gold pile is absolutely epic. In the meantime, Mr. Yo, with 5 villagers still on stone, Hera has done 0 counter aggression. Remember, he hasn't even seen exactly where his opponent's base is yet. Let's take a look. To the north, tower down, house remains. To the center, tower down, house remains. To the south, tower down, archery range remains. But now a stable being built for our Dravidian. Battle elephants. Mr. Yo hits castle 1, 2 town centers for him, and Hera moves out of his base. Finally, at the 28-minute mark of the game, our Berber is starting to explore what exists around his base. And what the heck is this? What is the point of this tower? What is the point? It doesn't reach this tower, doesn't reach the stone. I guess it defends this tower against melee and protects maybe if the Protoss decide to invade. I don't know what the point of that tower is, to be honest, but Hera moving out, sees the elephant. He went elephant archer. He really needs to deny stone right now. He really needs to deny Hera from getting up a castle and getting camel archers out, because take a look at their armor. -4 cavalry archer armor plus attack plus the bonus means that these elephant units are going to die incredibly quickly. Hera moving south sour. He discovers this big old wall off here. Attacks a house. Where's he going to go? He's going to pivot south? What? Excusez-moi? What the hell just happened here? Okay, I guess Mysterio didn't notice that they're a bit of a forest path through that marketplace. And now Hera's in here. There is nothing to defend, but these are just scouts. Sure, they got bloodlines, but these villagers have loom. They have 1 melee armor, and they are going to decimate these scouts. But he's got to wonder, how do they get in? I wonder if he saw that this isn't walled off. I'm in utter shock. Meanwhile, back home, elephants taking on knights. Knights winning that handily, it seems like. And take a look again, attacking at a 1.6. These Dravidian elephant archers finally manages to get the high ground. Tell me that's not the cutest little butt you've ever seen. Oh, right as I say that, the elephant dies. The knights from our Berber, which are now 15% cheaper, are out on the map. And now take a look at what Mr. Yo has left here. Villagers are inside the tower. Hera back to mining stone, unimpeded. A feudal age army to the back of the base, and Hera says, you know what, I know you're not going to get anything done with those units. They are from a time long past, and as that time has passed, so has their usefulness. So I'm just going to put on some counter aggression here, because I know you've got nothing at home. It says, you know what, screw going the long way. I don't know what exists here. I am not Alexander the Great, who is crossing the mountains not knowing what the hell is going to happen. I'm going to attack the house. But right as I say that, Alexander the Great comes back from the dead, takes over Hera's micro, and moves all the way to Terra Incognita here, not knowing what he's about to encounter. Oh, sees a tower. Will that be enough to shoo him away? Probably not. Not with 4 knights. Town centers might, though. And here we go. The knights at home clean up everything. And this is even open here to the left, so this tower is donezo as well. This reminds me of a campaign of this game, right? When you send a bunch of knights and then you peel off 2 or 3 and to go attack another tower. So again, let's take a look at Mr. Yo's forward position here. House dead, House, monastery at 80% is dead. Archery range will eventually be killed. Stable, barracks in the middle of nowhere. Hera sees all of it, and he is now here. Does lose a knight to a convert, or rather a conversion. Spreads them out. Here come the pikemen. No actual upgrades on them whatsoever. Monsieur still hasn't plugged up the hole in his defenses. And Hera now needs to plan his next move, because again, his knight is not going to last here forever. Town center not garrison. Hera huffs it out. Remember I said how he likes to babysit his units? Take a look at this. A knight with 21 HP, although you might want to delete it now. Yep, decides to delete it. And thus ends the great Berber expansion into the Dravidian base. Our Dravidian continuing to expand, to build infrastructure. Where does he still have all 4 villagers? No, he's got just the 1 villager. Finishes the monastery, which we saw was at what, 79, 80%. Another siege workshop being placed down here. These knights. Why aren't you taking down the tower? Why aren't you taking down the tower? Bit of an oversight here by Hera. 21 HP left on that tower, but he's got bigger fish to fry. Monks backing up Dravidian elephant archers. Oh, mama, the knights have to be careful, especially with the pikes. This is literally the counter to the knights, but the knights have one thing this army from our Dravidian does not have, which is speed, especially now with husbandry going to be completed in a little bit. And it completes right as I say that. And the knights just sweep over everything. Pikemen, any upgrades? Still no upgrades on the pike. Okay. Mangonel does what it can, gets a shot off, gets a second shot off, misses. Gets a third one, kills his own unit, does get some damage. And look, here we go, seeing that our Dravidian has a penchant for elephant archers. Going to get a castle up of his own. Oh my god, this is the okay, I thought it was a knight in the silhouette. I was gonna say it's the luckiest knight in the world, but no, it is a light cap, which again Hera saves with 5 HP. Does he have any monks of his own? Yes, he does. 4 monks. And this is what I'm talking about. Take a look at these monks. They're just gonna hang out here. They are going to heal up his army. House still around. Infrastructure. House still around. Somebody got rid of that tower, probably the villagers. Hera cleaning up, making sure that any push moving forward doesn't have to stop and deal with this infrastructure. I don't know why he's building that mangonel, although I guess I do now. Wanting to kill that 1 monk. Counter castle going up for our Dravidian as well. He's got in his entire army supply is 6 unupgraded pike. Although take a look at that. +1/+1. 3 minutes away from Imperial. Hera 2 minutes 50 seconds. Manages to beat his opponent by 10 seconds. And is now up 8 villagers, triple the army supply. Mr. Yo must be watching this saying, thank you for taking the time to destroy my forward infrastructure, because that gives me a chance to build middle infrastructure. And if you're going cavalry, I'm going infantry. And Mr. Yo, let's see if he gets the Wootz steel upgrade, which is, in my opinion, one of the craziest upgrades in the game. All of their infantry, all of their cavalry units become Lithuanian Lechai. Elite skirmisher being researched. For what? Interesting move. Interesting choice. Got a good amount of resources, does Mr. Yo. Hera, bleeding wood. So he is definitely not going any kind of ranged units anytime soon. So I'm not too sure about the elite skirmisher upgrade. But look at this. Dravidian says, nah, I'm not letting you get this 2,400 gold. That's my gold. But I don't know if he's noticed. Is there anything here? Did he fix this gap? Hera knows it exists, or he must, right? Now it's him moving out with villagers carrying their giant nougats of gold. And he moves in again. Mr. Yo. There we go. Finally realizes that there's a gap in his defenses. By the way, I didn't actually know that the Golden Nugget Hotel in Vegas used to actually have or maybe still does, big gold nuggets. And I guess that's why it's called the golden nugget. Camel archers are out, but there's no more elephant archers to kill. Army supply. Mr. Yo has done an amazing job at catching up, by the way. 23 to 27. This infrastructure is helping out a lot. 5 archery ranges, 4 barracks are going to be able are going to give him a chance to be able to get back into this game. His score is down significantly, but if you've watched this channel before, you know I don't put much truck in the score. It's obviously important. It's obviously indicative, but beyond being just a general nice kind of thing to see. Trebs are out for both players. Both players building more Trebs. So we have entered the stage of the game of the massive world destruction Trebs siege. Although for now, our Dravidian happy to upgrade his skirmishers. I mean, I guess the faster firing rate is why he's getting them. And they're cheap and they're trashy. And they can tank for these pike or support the pike. But against knights with +2/+2, soon to be +3/+4. And we'll see if they get upgraded to cavaliers. But Mr. Yo's castle here getting repaired frantically. He's got a decent amount of stone to do it. 0 villagers mining stone, which means that once he depletes this 200 stone, he is fresh out unless he buys more. Hera to the south, destroying the town center. Hera to the north, destroying the castle. Mr. Yo being a little hesitant here. I'm surprised that Hera's backing away. Although, to be honest, you know what? Attacking on a 7, 3 damage, you know, it's this kind of same principle as the Byzantines, right? You just want to kind of clog up the works with cheaper units. But this is going to be, look at this beautiful sacrificial lamb that Hera is dangling in front of Mr. Yo. Light cav, take them, he says to the pikemen, as the knights, the stronger units, move to the south. Snipe a bombard cannon. Will probably snipe a treb, right? And then after the pikemen have depleted their energy on these shittier, less important light cav, then knights are going to come in and absolutely wreck everything, especially with camel archer support. Monks are dead. Last treb. Oh man, what a fantastic, I mean, I'm assuming that's what Hera did there, right? What an absolute epic final battle here. 21 pikemen. What are the upgrades on these guys? Oh man, still +1/+2 against, take a look at it now, the upgrades on the knights. But I love that he lured him here, not only into the castle fire, but into the camel archer fire. I think Mr. Yo realized, hey, wait a second, something's up. Hera doesn't just dangle, you know, bait chum in front of me for no reason. And now the knights are joining in on the fight on top of the ruins of the castle here. Camel archers joining in as well, and these pikemen are all dead. Does manage to snipe the monks, does Mr. Yo, but ultimately, wow, what an absolute epic engage, but ultimately loses his entire army. And now his infrastructure, which a second ago, before the castle fell, was in a brilliant location, now all of a sudden is seems very exposed and very, very flimsy under the pressure of 5 trebuchets to the 1 of his, which is going to get deleted. Maybe it'll get another shot off. Maybe it'll no, I don't even think it can kill this treb, to be honest. Maybe it'll fire against this one if it can reach. In any event, the odds of it hitting that treb are not great. Let's put it like that. And even though Mr. Yo managed to take 3 relics, as he somehow always does, he ultimately has to tap out despite so much early game aggression. What a, for literally from what, minute 4, minute 5, minute 6, this game has been non-stop by Mr. Yo. And ultimately Hera, holding against the king of holds, manages to take the game with 39 light cav against 51 pike, his usual above 200 APM a few minutes ago. Mr. Yo, kind of in the beginning of the game, economically, I can't see them being too different. Yeah, not really. Relic's not really playing a role. A little bit more wood, a little bit less, actually, no, a lot less food for our Dravidian, a lot less gold as well, and over 1 castle's worth of stone. for our Dravidian here. So overall, I don't know who had the better trade. I mean, one builds infantry. I mean, for a while he was building elephant archers. I would have loved to see. Remember I said I'm talking so much about elephant archers. You know what you're not going to see in this game? Elephant archers. And we finally, I shouldn't say finally, we did get to see them. That was so cool. But unfortunately, I would have loved to see the Berber camel archers just take on those elephant archers and see whether bonus and attack speed can outdo just big old chunkiness and HP. That would have been a fun thing to watch. Very Spirit of the Law-esque, to put it that way. Kill count 140, of which 26 were civilians. 81 for our Dravidians, 6 civilian kills only, which tells us that despite the inordinate amount of pressure Mr. Yo put on Hera in the beginning, and despite the fact that he condensed Hera into a small rabbit hole of a base initially, he just didn't get the critical damage that he needed. He didn't push Hera off of the stone that was here like he needed to, and Hera was just able to get out more towers, expand to the west. And I think Mr. Yo should have seen it. Remember, that tower that was here did catch wind of the villagers moving, but whether he noticed or not, I think at the same time he had skirmishers running around the map. So I don't know if he actually noticed, but ultimately Hera holds, Hera pushes, and Hera wins. But GG to both players. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.